Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks car commentary for Wednesday, November the 15th. On my way to work, so I thought I'd check in with a few thoughts on last night's 3-2 victory over the LA Kings, a victory that saw the Canucks go 500 on their road trip, wins in Calgary and LA, and losses in Anaheim and San Jose. And things didn't start off so great. Just 23 seconds in, goaltender Anders Nilsson led in the first shot he faced, a short side goal by Tanner Pearson, and I was worried that Nilsson still had baby brain, given that his third son was born just a week ago. Then 3 minutes later, he let in a power play goal, not really his fault, more of the fault of the defense and the offense, all four Canucks penalty killers, as they had a defensive breakdown. And then right after that, 2 minutes later, Brock Besser takes a penalty. So here we have the Canucks down 2-0 already, playing against the top team in their division in LA's arena, and the Canucks killing off yet another penalty. Thankfully they did. Nilsson went on to play a very solid game. The Canucks went on to play a very solid game, and they took the 3-2 victory. What I really like about this Canucks team is the poise and the steadiness and the calmness that they show, much like their coach, Travis Green. I guess you take on the personality of your coach. And last year, if the Canucks went down 2-0 3 minutes into a game, especially on the road, you wouldn't give them much chance of catching up. I don't know if it's because Desjardins maybe didn't instill confidence behind the bench, or maybe the Canucks just didn't have the personnel. They weren't as strong as a team, at least on paper, last year. But you wouldn't give them much of a chance last year. But this year, I watched the entire game, and you never felt that they were completely out of it, especially after they weathered those first 7 minutes, that 7-minute storm. And it was a very entertaining game. And the Canucks completely earned the 2 points for their effort last night. A couple things. Henrik Sedin had a nice 2-point game, a goal and assist. His first goal went off the butt of Nick Shore on the short side of Jonathan Quick, actually. A lot of the goals were short side last night. And then he also earned an assist on the power play goal. Power play goal that was actually really good. The Canucks rolled out a unit of 4 forwards and 1 D-man. And I made a whole point yesterday. My whole focus of my video yesterday was about the Canucks power play units practicing 3 units of the traditional 3 forwards and 2 D-men. But I don't know if the Newell Brown and Travis Green and the Canucks coaching staff were trolling the Kings or trolling the fan base, but instead they wrote out 2 units of 4 forwards and 1 D-man, and both of those power play units scored. The first unit was the Sedins, Horvat, Besser with Edler on the point. And they put Besser on the left face-off dot, or the right face-off dot, depending on your perspective. But they put him there on the left side, ready to unleash his one-timer. And it was actually a wrist shot that led to Bo Horvat's power play goal. He just had to scoop it in from the crease as he battled off the defender. So that was nice. The formation of Edler at the top, then you had Horvat in front of the net, and then across the middle part of the ice, you had Besser on the left, Daniel in the middle, and then Henrik on the right. And that's very similar to what the Canucks used to do back when the power play was really good 6 years ago. And I was looking actually at footage, and they would often roll out, I was looking at the San Jose game, that famous 2011 playoff game where the Canucks scored 3 5-on-3 goals. Granted, that was a 5-on-3, but that was a very similar formation. They had Salo on the point there. They had Henrik on the right, Daniel in the middle, and then they had Burrows on the left, a right-handed shot, and they had Ryan Kessler in front of the net. So obviously the Sedins are the same. If you substitute Edler in for Salo, you substitute Horvat in for Kessler in the front of the net, and then Besser in for Burrows, and again, you have a power play unit that has potential. 4 forwards and 1 D-man. And the second unit also were rewarded with a goal. Actually, it was a big goal. They rewarded the team with the goal because it was the game-winning goal, and that was a sweet pass from Berchi across the ice, from Thomas Vanek, finding Berchi, and Berchi put a shot in from the face-off circle. And that forward unit, that was also a 4-man unit that had guys like Gagne, Vanek, Berchi, Granlund, or Eriksson. Actually, I think it was Eriksson, actually. And then Derek Pouliot on the point. And Derek Pouliot continues a strong play. He had another 2-point night last night, filling in very well for the injured. Actually, 2 guys are injured right now, Chris Tanev and Troy Stetcher. So when you have guys like Besser, the Sedins, Horvat, Eriksson, Gagne, Vanek, and Berchi as your 8 forwards on the power play, that means that none of them are going to play the penalty kill. Actually, that's wrong. Horvat is the only guy who played both power play and penalty kill. And I'm going to make a case for maybe taking Horvat off the penalty kill because he's not that good at it, and maybe he's still learning, and I think he's still learning a lot of his responsibilities when it comes to formation and coverage. But, you guys know Horvat's my favorite player. I wrote a song about him. But oftentimes when the Canucks get scored on the penalty kill, you see that Horvat's one of the 2 forwards on the ice. So the 4 forwards that didn't play power play played on the penalty kill, at least 3 of them. That was Brandon Sutter, Derek Dorsett, then Marcus Granlund played on the penalty kill, actually Louis Eriksson did, and then Bo Horvat. So those are the 5 forwards that Travis Green went with on the penalty kill. So I would look at maybe taking Horvat off the penalty kill. Can a guy like Brendan Gaunce, when he's in the lineup, can he play on the penalty kill? Maybe rest Horvat a little bit and keep him more fresh. Something to keep an eye on. I don't think it's Horvat's the only reason why the penalty kill has been struggling recently, but he is one of the reasons, given that he is one of the forwards that are out there, and whether it's proper coverage down low or more pressure to the point, I often see Horvat skating away from the net with the mouth guard dangling out of his mouth once the Canucks get scored on. So, not ragging on him. As you know, he's my favorite player, but I would just love to see not even a better effort. You can't quite question his effort, but rather better execution from Horvat and the entire Canucks penalty kill. All right, Canucks fans, what do you think? What did you think of last night's game? What were you impressed with? Anything concern you? The Canucks now come back for a quick 2-game homestand. They play Vegas tomorrow night, which is Thursday, and then they host the St. Louis Blues on Saturday night. Both teams ahead of the Canucks in the standings, although Vegas is falling very quickly. We'd love to read your comments. Leave a comment below. I'll get back to you. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. All right, making my last right turn into work. Perfect timing. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.